The moment before you extend your hand, before your name leaves your lips, before the first word is exchanged. This is where destinies begin to intertwine. This silent fraction of time holds more power than most will ever realize. These opening seconds, mere heartbeats in the grand symphony of life, determine whether doors swing wide or remain forever sealed. Look around you. The most successful people on earth. They weren't born extraordinary. They simply mastered the art of human connection in ways others haven't dared to learn. They understand the science of first impressions isn't just some corporate game. It's the ancient, unspoken language of humanity itself. Think about it. You felt it before. That instant recognition when someone walks into a room and commands attention without saying a word. That feeling when a stranger's eyes meet yours and something deeper than logic tells you, this person matters. What you're experiencing isn't random. It's the culmination of millions of years of human evolution. Your brain making split-second calculations that run deeper than conscious thought. In 1936, Dale Carnegie wrote words that would transform millions of lives. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying. To get other people interested in you, he understood what science would later confirm. That human connection isn't about performance, it's about presence. The difference between someone forgetting your name immediately and someone remembering you for a lifetime comes down to what happens in those first 10 seconds. Let me tell you something most will never understand. Power isn't found in speaking first. It's found in how you listen before words are even exchanged, while others rush to fill silence with noise. The truly masterful among us understand that before a single syllable leaves your lips, your energy is already telling a story. Your posture is already making promises. Your eyes are already extending invitations. When Theodore Roosevelt entered a room, he made each person feel as though they were the most important individual in his world. Not through grand gestures, but through the intensity of his presence in those opening moments. Lincoln, despite his awkward appearance, could disarm the most hardened critic within seconds through the authentic warmth he projected before conversation began. These weren't tactics. They were expressions of a deeper understanding of human nature. Here's what most get wrong. They believe first impressions are about presenting your best self. The truth? First impressions are about creating space for the other person to feel their best self in your presence. And this happens in those first 10 critical seconds. The ancient Japanese tea masters had a saying, Ichi go ichie, 1 time, 1 meeting. Each encounter happens only once in exactly this way. This philosophy transforms how you approach those opening seconds. You're not performing. You're participating in a singular moment in human history that will never be replicated. What if you approached each new connection with this level of presence? What if, instead of rehearsing what to say, you focused entirely on creating a space where authentic connection could flourish from the very first moment? Your brain is already making hundreds of microscopic decisions in those first 10 seconds. The angle of your shoulders, the depth of your breath, the subtle movements around your eyes. Long before words are exchanged, your entire being is communicating volumes. The question isn't whether you're sending signals, it's whether you're sending the right ones. Study after study confirms what the most influential people have always known instinctively. We decide whether to trust someone within 0.1 seconds of seeing their face. We determine their competence, warmth, and status within 7 seconds. And once these impressions form, they become the lens through which all future information is filtered. Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." This applies perfectly to those opening moments of connection. If you believe the interaction will be meaningful, your entire nervous system aligns to make it so. Your pupils dilate slightly. Your face softens. Your breathing synchronizes with theirs. These aren't techniques. They're the natural expression of genuine interest. Here's the revelation that transformed my understanding of human connection. The most magnetic people aren't thinking about how they appear in those first 10 seconds. They're completely absorbed in discovering who stands before them. While others are self-conscious, they are other-conscious. This shift in focus changes everything about how you're perceived. Imagine walking into your next meeting with this mindset. Instead of the mental chatter about how you're coming across, your entire being is engaged in a single question. Who is this remarkable person I'm about to discover? Feel how different that energy is. Notice how it changes the subtle signals your body naturally emits. The wealthiest investor you've never heard of, not Buffett, not Gates, once told me his secret to building a billion-dollar network. When I meet someone new, I immediately search for what I can genuinely admire about them. It's there in everyone if you're looking for it. And when people feel genuinely seen and for their strengths in those first moments, they never forget you. This isn't manipulation. It's the opposite. It's seeing past the surface to recognize the inherent value in another human being from the very first moment of connection. When Walt Disney was building his empire, he understood something profound that extended beyond animation into every human interaction. People don't remember what you tell them nearly as much as how you make them feel, and those feelings are established primarily in the opening moments of any connection. The subtle art of the first 10 seconds isn't about impressing. It's about impressing upon another human being that they matter, that they're seen, that their presence has registered deeply with you. Think about the people who have most influenced your life. I guarantee they made you feel something significant in those first moments of meeting. Not through words, but through the quality of their presence. Your brain is a prediction machine. In those opening seconds, others are unconsciously asking, is this person safe? Are they authentic? Do they see me as a person or as a transaction? Your nonverbal cues answer these questions before your words have the chance. Look at someone like Oprah Winfrey. Her extraordinary success isn't just about her intelligence or determination. It's about her ability to make an immediate, authentic connection with people, to make them feel in those opening seconds that they are the only person in her universe. This isn't a technique she employs. It's a state of being she embodies. Here's what separates those who merely meet people from those who form life-changing connections. Presence. Complete, undivided presence. When someone stands before you, everything else in the world fades to background. Your phone isn't buzzing in your pocket. The next meeting isn't hovering in your thoughts. There is only this person, this moment, this opportunity for genuine human connection. The most successful people I've studied share this quality. They make you feel as though time stops when they're with you, especially in those critical first moments. And it all happens in the first 10 seconds. Consider this. By the time you've said your name and heard theirs, their brain has already made up to 100 assessments about you. Are you confident? Are you trustworthy? Are you genuine? Are you present? No words can override the immediate, visceral impression your energy creates. Andrew Carnegie, one of history's greatest businessmen, could walk into a room and immediately command respect without raising his voice. How? He understood that authority doesn't come from asserting yourself. It comes from being so completely present that others naturally align with your energy. The human nervous system is constantly scanning for cues of safety, connection, and status. In those first 10 seconds, you're either triggering a threat response or a trust response. There is no neutral. This isn't about tricks or techniques. It's about understanding the profound impact of your authentic presence. Let me share something I discovered after years of studying the world's most compelling communicators. They all understand that before the conversation begins, the connection must be established. And this happens not through words, but through what psychologists call attunement, the subtle synchronization of energy between two people. Picture Nelson Mandela walking into a room after 27 years of imprisonment. Without saying a word, his presence communicated forgiveness, strength, and vision. This wasn't calculated, it was the natural radiation of his inner state. What's your inner state when you meet someone new? That's what they're feeling in those first 10 seconds. The science is clear. We don't just communicate with words. Our bodies release pheromones. Our facial muscles make micro-expressions. Our pupils dilate or contract, all sending signals that others unconsciously register. You can't fake this. You can only become aware of it and align it with genuine interest in the person before you. I once watched a billionaire entrepreneur enter a crowded event. He wasn't the loudest or the most flamboyant, but within seconds, people were gravitating toward him. Later, I asked what his secret was. His answer changed everything for me. Before I meet anyone, I remind myself that this person knows something important that I don't. My job is to discover what that is. This mindset, this genuine curiosity, transforms how you show up in those first 10 seconds. It shifts you from self-consciousness to other consciousness, from performer to explorer, from trying to be interesting to being genuinely interested. The greatest gift you can give another human being is the gift of your undivided attention. Not just listening to respond, but listening to understand. And this begins before the first word is spoken. In those critical opening seconds when your entire being communicates, you matter. I see you. I'm here with you completely. Maya Angelou captured this perfectly. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And those feelings are established primarily in the opening moments of any interaction. Imagine walking into every new meeting with this awareness, not obsessing over what to say, but focusing entirely on creating a space where the other person feels valued from the very first second. This isn't just good manners. It's the foundation of extraordinary success in every domain of life. The world's top negotiators know that deals aren't won with clever arguments. They're won in those first moments when trust is either established or broken. The most successful salespeople understand that people don't buy products. They buy feelings of trust and connection that begin in those initial seconds. What if you approach the next 10 seconds of your next interaction as if it were the most important 10 seconds of your professional life? Because in many ways, it is. These moments compound. These impressions accumulate. These connections, formed in seconds, build the architecture of your entire future. Let me leave you with this. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationships. And the quality of your relationships is largely set in motion during those first 10 seconds of meeting someone. This isn't about performance, it's about presence. Not about impressing, but connecting. Not about being perfect, but being perfectly attentive. When you truly grasp this, you'll never approach another human being the same way again. You'll understand that within those 10 seconds lies not just a greeting, but a gateway. Not just a handshake, but a potential turning point in two human lives. The next time you stand before someone new, remember, this moment will never come again. This exact configuration of time, space, and possibility occurs just once in the history of the universe. How will you show up for it? What will you communicate before words are even spoken? The greatest minds throughout history, from Carnegie to Lincoln, from Aristotle to Mandela, understood that true power doesn't come from dominating others, but from connecting with them. And that connection begins in those first vital seconds. This isn't just about making a good impression. It's about recognizing that in those 10 seconds, you have the power to change someone's day, shift their perspective, or even alter the course of their life. And in doing so, you change your own. So stand tall, breathe deeply, be fully present, and approach each new connection not as a transaction to be managed, but as a gift to be unwrapped. Because in the end, we don't remember days. We remember moments. And it all begins in those first 10 seconds. Your life is changing one connection at a time. Make those 10 seconds count.